In this video, I would like to show you how to modify a hymn that has already been created in the past, just changing it to your current theme. The song that I'm going to work with today is Joy Has Dawned. Is a song we've done in the past before, but it doesn't match our current theme. You kind of see our current theme here. Joy Has Dawned, I can type into the library search bar here, and I've already done that. And in here, apparently the invocation has those 3 words, so it pulls that up as well. But then the song we've done in the past, last January, it appears, is also there as well. So I'm going to click on it, and I can see, yeah, that doesn't quite match what we currently have for our theme. So I'm going to go up to the editor, so I can edit this. And I am going to pull a background up here. Actually, I want the blank one at the start. And you know, in the past, we had a blank one and then announced the title later. But currently, we just have it going straight to the title slide. So I'm going to delete that first one there. Okay. Then, once I'm in here, I had picked a different font to use for the titles. I usually try to stick with one font. It is a pretty one. But I try to stick with one font throughout the theme. This one I had picked Hefler Text. And I'll just minimize this for a little bit, get it out of the way. And this does appear to be a little big. When we live stream ours, these lines will show how far it will go before it gets cut off, and I can see this is going to get cut off a little, although it may not be centered. So instead of 281, let's try 240 for that font. That looks a little bit better. I'm trying to keep ours a little bit higher than center because we are in a temporary worship space right now. And the screen is not very high, so the people on the floor are looking at a screen that is not that much higher than they are. So truth be told, I'm trying to keep everything higher than center to make it easier for the people to see from the back, or if you have someone sitting in front of you, it's easier to see the top part of the screen than the bottom. So this is a personal preference for me that I'm keeping it higher. And in fact, Brittany had made screens for me that kind of help make that not so odd. So you notice here there's this little bar across the bottom. That's going to help me. I need to remove this box from the background. We used that the last time it was there. If you need to add any of those boxes, you can here, just this background rectangle. I'm going to delete mine though. And then we had been using, and actually I can show you this way. We had been using before, I was using a font here, this one. So I'm just going to actually copy this slide. Oh, I never moved that song down there. Now it's actually in my service. I'm going to paste that slide here. I don't actually want these words in this hymn. What I do want them for is to, actually, I do want this to be white. I am going to change the color. But I know this size is great. This font is easily read as we're singing the hymn. This CMG Sans I downloaded from a different website. I'll see if I can add that in the comments below this video. But this is what I had picked. If I highlight everything and I click Apply to All, that will change the font on all of the other slides. Now, obviously, I don't want to keep this one here, so I'm going to delete it. I just used it to copy everything over. So now I don't have to manually change all of these other slides. It changed everything for me. However, it did also change this. So let me go back here. Since I used Hefler Text recently, do that. 240. I know this background will then apply to all of the rest of them, and I had been trying to add 2 spaces underneath each one, and I can center, slide, see the center there, and right there. So that keeps it a little bit higher than center for us. This line is starting to get just a little bit tight in there. So I'm just looking through Joy has dawned upon the world. Since this is a continuation of the previous line, I will make that lowercase. And because this third line is tight, what I could do is just make it a little bit smaller because I don't quite want to hit enter and send it to the next line. God's salvation now unfurled. Okay. What was that before? Now I got rid of the whole word. There we go. That will be a little better. I can do the same thing now through all of the other verses. I can delete this text. I'm going to recenter this. Put 2 spaces there. This is a little bit tight again, so I'm going to make it just a little bit smaller. It goes right up to the edges, but won't go over the lines. So you can see then that sometimes I go through personal preference. I prefer to have a lowercase consonant to start the next line. However you decide to do yours is up to you and your congregation. But that kind of gives you an idea of how you can take a previously written hymn and reformat it to match a new theme or a new format, so you can make those changes without having to recreate the entire hymn. Okay, we'll see you in the next video.